We are here today with Sofia. Thank you so much for being here. And we are going to talk today about ethics and literature. More specifically, as the title says, you say utopia, I say dystopia, utopia, dystopia. Should we call the whole thing off, or can the ethical turn help? So, big time.
Ethical turn, even in Portuguese we use the expression in English because it's hard to say whether it's a turn of an ethical nature or a turn towards ethics, just because we look more at ethical issues. It's very controversial, so we tend to use, in Portuguese, I've used the term Crítica Ético-Literária, but it's a bit trying to escape making a decision, which is more or less what I'll be doing for the rest of the seminar, as you can see with Utopia and Dystopia. And for this, and that's why I wanted to include all three things, because some of you might be studying one author, another author, I've decided to use three distinct examples of utopian thinking and literary criticism. So I'll be talking a little bit about Thomas More and basic universal income, which is an economic theory that we'll have time to talk about later. Then, also the issue of pleasure, which I applied to Huxley and Orwell, but in discussion we can apply to other authors. And finally, Zamiatin's We and evolution, not in the sense of evolutionary literary criticism, which I'm also very interested in, but no connection to that, just the sense of the evolution of man towards post-human, android, and so forth. We'll see how that more, and basic universal income. Firstly, a clear disclaimer. First of all, basic universal income is the notion that the state provides, there are multiple ways of doing this. It could be when you're born, it could be all the way up to adulthood, it could be all your life. You're guaranteed, it's not exactly rendimento mínimo garantido, it's not the same thing, because rendimento mínimo, the Portuguese version, is a sort of social program for those in need. This is a transversal right that is given to everyone as a start. Pleasure is always a very complex topic for utopias and dystopias. Pleasure is intrinsically personal, individually distinct, and it bears the seeds of anarchy. Most of the time, it is used in these books, let's use the term like this, as a strategy to maintain a given order. We call it good life if we consider it a utopia. We call it manipulation if we consider it a dystopia. We is a very humorous text in which human history, including characters like Kant, and of course the guide for standardization, Taylorism, just like later Huxley, the one who wasn't inspired by Zamiatin, used Ford and Freud, are referred to when explaining the choices and successes behind the mathematical surpassing of individual flaw. But that, I believe, is the only true great intellectual adventure, to interpret the world and ourselves with no fake myth of ever being outside ourselves. It is the acknowledgement that my utopia can be your dystopia that lies beneath the greatest humanist endeavor, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And that you have the right to disagree with every single thing I said. Thank you.